This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2022 XLR Micro Boost fifth wheel toy hauler, and the model number is 301 LRLE. Okay, so I'm just going to, this is a how-to video, it's not really a show through. I'm just going to show you some of the features and show how they work, okay? Alright, so you have a power awning here with LED lights, outside speakers, of course. This vent is a range hood vent. Just keep in mind, if you're going to vent to the outside, you have to stand on something unless you're taller than me. You can just take your thumb and flip that baffle open inside there so it flaps freely. So when you're venting to the outside, you always want that flapping freely. You have TV power and signal out, and then there's a bracket if you want to put a TV outside. This is your water heater. Works on both gas and electric. The thing to remember is there's this rocker switch right here. This controls the electric heating element that's behind this cover here. So that's where you turn it on and off. The switch to light the gas is inside. This is where you drain it from right here. It's an 1 1/16 6-point socket. Never drain it if there's pressure in the system. Always open up a valve and let the pressure out before you unscrew this, otherwise it'll shoot out of there like a cannonball. And always wait till it cools down before you do that. You don't want to scald yourself or worse. So just keep in mind that this controls the electric heating element. Never run the water heater without water in the water heater tank. Okay, that's very important. Alrighty, so as we move down here, you have folding steps, of course. This is your pass-through storage here. You have some cranks and storage, of course, and then there's your dump hose. You got your LP tanks, one on each side of the trailer. Underneath or behind this cover here, or excuse me, this door here, is your battery and then the front compartment. The switch to raise and lower your landing gear is right here. Okay. This is just campground. I'm not sure what that is, to be honest with you. We'll have to look into that for you because I have no idea what that's for. This is your sprayer here. The sprayer plugs right into this port here so you can hose things down. This is your water station here, your water dock. So if you got city water, a hose or city water plumbing on the campsite, you can just hook the hose right on here, screw it on, turn on and you're all set. Now if you're camping someplace without excuse me, without plumbing on the campsite, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank here and then use the onboard pump to pump the water. I'll show you the pump switch when we get inside. Okay, you have your tanks here, black and gray. Of course, black is toilet water and waste, and gray is sink and shower water. So you dump the black first, then you dump the gray. Now if you leave the black tank valve open, you can hook the hose at the dump station onto this black tank flush right here. Hook it up, turn it on, and it'll spray the inside of your black tank out, so it cleans out really well, cleans out the sensor, that sort of thing. Okay? You have a 50 amp system, because there's 2 air conditionings in here. So you got a 50 amp system, so a 50 amp power cord. We give you a reducer to reduce it down. This is your gas pump here, of course, and this is where you fill it, and there's your panel for it right there. Now your back door, I'm not going to bring it down for this demo. We'll show you it up and down when you come to pick up. But I can't really do it all by myself holding the camera, so we'll show that to you. Also, that housing up there tells us this is pre-wired for a backup camera, so you can always add one. Also, while we're looking up, the manufacturer states that you should inspect your roof every 90 days. So make sure you or someone goes up there and checks out the sealant on the roof, makes sure there's no cracking or separation where water can get in. Make sure there's no damage to roofing attachments or roofing material by low branches or road debris, anything like that. Just give it a good inspection. Okay, so let's go inside. I got the air conditioner kicking in here just because it's nice and hot. It's okay, so we'll start right here at the thermostat. This controls this rear air conditioner, your fan, which is just the air conditioner running without the compressor, and then of course heat, which is your LP furnace. The thing to remember is it lights up very simply there. I want to put it back to where it was here. Hold on, please. Cool. Okay, so to shut it off, you hold the mode button for maybe 5 seconds. To turn it on, you do the same thing. If you just poke it, it won't turn on. You got to hold it there until the light goes on. Also, with the air conditioner, always run it on the fan on A, which is auto. Always try and run the fan on auto. That's the best way to run it. Okay. Alrighty. So this couch here jackknife's flat. You can turn it into a bed, of course. You got 2 seats. Actually, they're really comfortable seats. The top bed folds down onto these cleats here, and you got a bed on top, and then these bottom couches, couches, I guess you'd call them, benches, whatever. They will turn into beds also. Okay, you have a table you can use for dining. It has a fence system on it that folds out and goes all the way around your deck. Tables to hold it in, what's the word I'm looking for? Parallel with the ground, so it's you can live out on the deck. You also have a screen curtain here to put up to keep the bugs out. So a lot of stuff. Okay, so let me see what else we have for you. The microwave works like any other microwave. This is the rain shirt I told you about. The vents on the outside. Always open the baffle when you're running the fan. Right? It has a light on it also. I don't know if he's got your dash turned on right now, but if not, I'll just talk you through it, okay? Very simple. This is the sparker. You turn it clockwise, the spark. Then you got 3 burners and 3 knobs here. And then the last one is the oven. So, yeah, I hear it running. So, there you go. It's that simple. Okay, so that's very, very simple. Now down here, you have a pilot light all the way to the back on the bottom. Let me see if I can spark it from here. Let's see what brand we have here. Okay, so what you do is you go to the oven knob, you go to the picture of the flame, which means pilot. You depress it and keep it depressed. Then you light it and keep sparking till the pilot light lights back there. Once you see it light, you still hold this in for another 10 seconds or so to heat up the thermocouple. Then you're going to go to operating temperature. When you shut it off, the pilot light goes out. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. You have the lights here. Okay. Always travel with this shut. You have a 12-volt refrigerator, so it runs on 12-volt DC. Nice size. Down here, you have 2 devices here. This one here is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. If it beeps very slowly, it's also telling you that your battery is low. It should always be green. If it's not green like that, get it serviced. If it goes off, you take everybody outside, shut off the gas, figure out what's going on. So this is the power converter here. This converts AC to DC power. So when you're plugged in to shore power, you can see you've got regular circuit breakers, 120 AC like you'd see at home, and they're all labeled. So that's AC power. Then the power is converted to 12-volt DC on this side. So you got 12-volt fuses, and they're all labeled. Okay. If these fuses blow, they'll actually light up, and you can see them through this tinted plastic here. Okay, but that's where your 12 volts coming from. Also, importantly, when you're plugged in, this is the battery tender, so it'll sense how much energy your battery has and needs up front. And if it's topped off, it'll just trickle a couple amps to maintain it. If it's low, it'll send 10 amps or whatever. But it'll always keep your battery charged as long as you're plugged in. Now when you're pulling the trailer down the road, your tow vehicle's alternator will be charging the battery. So that's where you get the 12 volt from when you're pulling it. Of course, the refrigerator will get energy from the battery, and the battery is being charged by the tow vehicle. So you can run down the road with your battery on, or your refrigerator on. Okay. It says it's pre-wired for solar, that's all. Lights. You have tank heaters on this one, so you can extend your camping season, so you just turn them on there. You have your power awning right here. Never leave it out unattended. So to light your water heater on gas, you just do that, right? I showed you to turn it on electric. There's a switch in the lower left-hand corner. Keep that in mind. Your water pump is right here. You're going to use the water pump to pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. You also use it to winterize the trailer. All right. Then you have your batteries charged, fresh water, black and gray tanks. They graduate up in 1/3 increments as it goes. Okay. All right. So you got TV hookup up here, of course. See, there's a little. If you can see on the signal booster that has the male coax on it. That's where your TV hooks up to, all right? You always want that light to be glowing green. There's a switch next to it. You always want it glowing green so you get a good picture. That's a digital signal booster. When it comes to your sound, you have AM/FM radio. You have Bluetooth, so you can stream from your phone or your tablet, whatever you got. You can stream off a USB right here. This HDMI is an in if you want to go into the system. It has two speaker zones, one in zone 2. One is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. So it pretty much does everything you need and then some. Okay. So, all right, sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. Just remember this is a GFCI here. All the plugs in the trailer, including the one on the outside, are wired through a GFCI, so you're always going to reset it in here. It's got the green light on it. The RV toilet is typical RV toilet. You got the flush pedal right here. All right. The black tank is directly below. So after you hook up your water and your power, you'll come in here. You'll put 1 dose of chemical in the bowl, and then stand on the pedal and let at least a gallon of water go into the black tank below along with the chemical. Then you're ready to use it. You can't use it dry. If you use it without chemical and water, the smell will be terrible, plus it can get clogged up. So you always want to make sure that you use chemical and water in it. There's storage underneath the bed, of course. You have an emergency window here. You have more TV hookup, or another TV hookup here, a backer place so you can put a TV bracket. So this is pretty self-explanatory stuff up here. So, okay. So I think that pretty much covers it. Let me come out here to look real quick. Yeah, I think that does it. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting the roof every 90 days. People generally don't inspect the roof enough, so it's a good habit to get into. Also, right now the trailer is de-winterized. It's in camping mode, so the antifreeze has been purged from the system, replaced with fresh water. Your water heater is in camping mode and filled with water, so you're all set, ready to go, okay? Thank you.